Hey folks, Eric here, the Whatever Guy, because it really is whatever for me. And do you folks want to know about these Alabama medical marijuana cartel getting ready to issue these licenses again today? You guys stick around, man, and I'll talk to you guys about that. As you guys know, man, my name's Eric. I am the Whatever Guy, and I usually shoot videos a couple days a week, basically keeping you guys updated in the world of Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, hemp cannabis, what's going on in our realm. And today, man, we're going to sit here and talk about these licenses that are going to be reissued today. As you guys know, or may not know, they have been doing presentations all week. I did a video, I think Monday or Tuesday, about the first day of presentations. I haven't done a video since then, simply because it just seemed like after I watched the cultivator presentations, it just seemed like it was just more of what was going on Monday. It was a lot of people that got up there that we figured out through this conversation that got awarded licenses that weren't even set up half as good as some of the people that weren't awarded licenses. Especially when we talk about the cultivator space last week. We talked about it earlier this week on Monday. There was a lot of those companies in there that got awarded licenses that weren't set up half as good as, say, Monty Plants or, say, Native Black Cultivation over there with Antoine Watercan. And having said that, like I said, as I listened to more of those conversations on, I think it was processors on Tuesday, and they went into the other licenses on Wednesday and Thursday. But having said that, there was just a lot of the same thing that went on then. It seemed like the very first person that came up every morning, that person basically set the pace for the questioning throughout the day. It's almost like the AMCC forgot what was going on the previous day, and they had no clue. Like they didn't bring anything forward from the previous day into the next day, especially as far as questioning and any knowledge base that they wanted to know or anything like that. So we're going to switch over here to an article over here at Marijuana Moment, and it basically says that Alabama officials set to award medical marijuana licenses again later this week. Now, this article actually came out about 2 or 3 days ago. I didn't. I actually saw this article 2 or 3 days ago and was going to do a video on it, but I didn't feel like it was even warranted actually until today. So this is the reason why we're doing it today. It says companies went before the Alabama medical cannabis cartel Monday to make their cases for getting licenses, kicking off the third attempt to award medical marijuana licenses in the state. Most of the applicants were allotted 20 minutes to speak to the commission. Most stressed their expertise. Some addressed perceived shortcomings in their applications. When somebody is making a presentation, you can kind of read into what they are thinking, said Rex Vaughn, chair of the Alabama Medical Cannabis Cartel. You can see how they have an understanding of their industry, their commitment to it. Certainly, we can see it a lot on paper, how they can validate their financial background, but there is a difference in understanding firsthand what they feel about it when they are making a presentation in front of all these commissioners. Now, let me just say this. Now, they had an opportunity prior to the second awarding of the licenses. Lori Skelton actually brought a motion forward for them to actually do exactly this prior to the August awarding of the licenses, 1 week before that. And then that motion was basically shot down. We won't talk about that anymore. But it's interesting to me that Rex Vaughn is the one that is basically saying this when we could have had this opportunity to speak to these people before. Now, my question is now that we've had these conversations throughout this, and like I said, we had figured out that some of these people that were awarded licenses weren't set up half as good as some of the people that weren't awarded licenses. My question is, on the other side of this, after today, are those same people going to get licenses? Did this process change anything as far as the license awarding goes? And that's what we're going to find out today, guys. And my hope is that we will have more than 60 people on the live stream and more than 12 people on Marty Shelper's at the Alabama Cannabis Coalition over there. So you guys get in there and like support this. Members will be hearing from applicants for most of the week, grouped by types of licenses that are available, including licenses for cultivating, processing, transporting, and dispensing. They also did labs. The commission is expected to announce the licenses Friday, which is today. Applicants for the integrated license facilities, which provide all the services under one roof, will make presentations to the commission next week. This is the third time that the commission has tried to award licenses for applicants. The AMCC first announced awards to produce and distribute cannabis in June, but scoring inconsistencies led the commission to invalidate the awards and reevaluate the applications. Commissioners tried again in August to award the licenses, which resulted in all but one of the applicants who received licenses in June getting licenses again. I think Verano was the only one that didn't get a license coming forward. I think every one of those licenses that were awarded in June were re-awarded in August, with the exception of Verano, which is a Chicago-based company. The process has led to lawsuits from several companies who have made numerous allegations against commissions, ranging from conflict of interest to violations of open meetings laws that prompted the commission to rescind the awards it made and halt the process, negotiating with claimants on a possible process to move forward with the awards. The AMCC adopted new licensing and application rules in October, setting the latest round of applications in motion. I don't think that the process before this one was flawed, Vaughn said. There was value in what we did. Looking back, probably if we had decided to do this on the front end, we may have saved a lot of time, but there was no guarantee that they would have avoided litigation. Litigation is going to be part of the Alabama cannabis industry for a long time. Throughout the presentations, applicants focus on the issues that bolted their applications. Now, let me just say this. He's already saying that at the end of today, that we're going to be into litigation for a long time to come. Like he himself, Rex Vaughn, has just said in the previous paragraph that after this, we're basically going to be, Alabama cannabis is going to be tied up in litigation for a long time. It says, I learned that I had a pass or fail residency issue, which I didn't recognize that I had a deficiency, which didn't show up in my letter of deficiency, said Antoine Mordecan, CEO of Native Black Cultivation, one of the applicants who was denied a cultivator license. However, we took the necessary steps to correct that. The Alabama legislature in 2021 authorized a medical cannabis law that allows the use of the substance for 16 different conditions, including chronic pain, cancer, PTSD, Parkinson's disease, sickle cell anemia, and depression. Those using medical cannabis will first need to be certified by participating physicians and then apply for a card and register in a statewide database. The law bans smoking marijuana or consuming it in food. It will be available in capsules, tablets, oils, gels, creams, transdermal patches, inhalable oils and liquids, and suppositories. Marijuana under the program will have to be grown in secure facilities. The presentations will continue through Wednesday. The commission is expected to review applications on Thursday and announce license awards on Friday. So today, guys, this is it. This is going to be they're going to basically award, I believe, 4 licenses in each category. That would be cultivation, processing, dispensaries, labs, and secure transport. I believe all of those today will be awarded. I believe that's 25 licenses, 20 or 25, however that works. Either way, 24, maybe it's 24 licenses we're going to get awarded. Either way, we're going to be sitting on our end of our seat, man, sitting here trying to figure out exactly who gets these licenses. And going forward, did this conversation change anything that has to do with the AMCC, the Alabama Medical Cannabis Cartel? Are they still going to give these licenses to the people that are funding their pockets, or are they going to do the right thing and give these licenses to people that can actually get medical marijuana up on the shelf within 60 days? As we talked about prior to this, there was a lot of those companies in there that were awarded licenses that didn't even have the land cleared. And companies like Native Black Cultivation and Bonnie Plants, all they've got to do is drop a seed in a bucket, and they've already got all the irrigation and everything set up in place. So in 60 days, 8 weeks from the time that they plant that seed, we could have, cultivators would have marijuana up on the shelf. That is really the only path forward. Those companies out there that had to put a building up, chicken houses, or whatever the case was, you guys aren't even in the game, man. There was 3 companies for sure that did presentations on Monday for cultivation that should get a license. We'll find out what happens today. All right, folks, whatever, guys, signing off, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Love you. See you.